now. Good morning. Usually we do this on a Sunday, but I like doing it on Mondays. I like it this way. Fresh, wake up, can see what the market's doing, where we are, where we're opening at. Currently, we are trading ZS, XLU, EPD. We're trading basically every single thing out there that has like big swing moves. ZM has become a favorite as well. This is ZS. The reason I love this play, I mean, the setup is gorgeous. This is actually 2-day. You can see here you have two green signals and one red signal. This is bullish. Now you have, and if you backtrack, you have two red signals, two green signals. But if you go again back, now you have 3 under, 2 over. Okay, so keep that in mind. Our levels are simple. Target is 154.24. I would like to see that somewhere north of that this week. First target is 142.97. What I usually do, instead of, I mean, look at the bigger picture, but I want to look at the short term. So what I do with the short term is I will pull back from the high here, 163.96, and to this low right here. This is the most recent low. You can actually go further over here since we already found the bottom, but I'll pull it back over here, as you can see. And you still get that, it's still same. You can see your supports. You can see your resistance. That 139.21, we're gapping above that. That's very bullish. And you can see we have a similar pattern from last time. I'm going to show you it right now. It's my annotator. Here we go. We got that similar pattern off the same level too. If you check this out. Oops, there we go. So let's see if we can get a continuation all-time high again, like similar. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna, can't duplicate using annotations, but it'll basically be something like this. That's what we'll be getting. It won't be the exact same thing, but you get the idea based off how the setup is. The setup is perfect. Off that 129.53, nice buy level. Anything above 139.21 gets us 145.89 first target. Weekly is gorgeous as well. The reason I went long and the reason I liked it was that reversal off the weekly. It's that 14 SMA. Let's clean this up a bit. You can see a clear reversal here, right off that 14. Perfect. Basically engulfing the last 3 weekly closes. Now we got to get that close above 139.21. I would like to see 163.96. If not this week, I mean, that's not happening this week. Definitely next week. I'd like to see a big move to follow through. Hopefully it's not a short range week for this. I'm going to go back over XLU because I definitely wanted to get back above that one. We've been trading this one. I mean, we've been trading ED, but this one has become a crazy favorite. It's actually going to be like my new SPY. When SPY doesn't have a setup, I'll be trading XLU. XLU actually moves like individuals. So I actually prefer XLU. I like this hammer off the weekly, 56.25, closing above 57.41. That was a nice buy zone too. This has been a nice buy zone. 56.25 has been a buy zone here, here, and here. Has been an area. 61.27 has been a sell zone. Being that we took the 63 calls for November, I would like to see at least 63.05 to 65.09 by then, by the time those calls expire. So I want to flip in the meantime. We're still inside. I'm going to show you right now. I don't know what these levels are here. I want to show you something. All right. This candle right here. We've literally still been trading inside this candle here. I want to see a close anywhere above 60.78 in the next 2 weeks. We get that 65 to come possibly before or ending of November. That's XLU, and you know, with XLU comes my favorite, ED. I love ED. I mean, it's a great dividend stock for those that trade off dividends. I don't trade commons as much. I'm not a real long-term holder. I like to scalp them, but ED, you can see that's the setup. It's there. That Friday move, really, I didn't see it coming. I did not see that coming. But look at this candle. It was a 2-point move. When you get those 2-point moves on the day, you're getting no less than 400% to 1,000%, especially on a Friday. You're guaranteed 1,000% on a 2-point move on a Friday. Premium's already They're already drained. Look at this setup. Perfect. 80 calls are in right now. We're back above that 75, 73 level. Close above that slightly. I want to see a continuation going into this week. Close over 76, 75 gives us 77, 75. Being on how we're opening up over 76, 23. I mean, you can look at, there's a lot of strikes to look at going for the next 3 weeks out. I actually rather look at 9 to the 23rd as opposed to next week. Look from there. 77s are 95 cents, pretty cheap. 80s are 30 cents. I mean, that's a stretch. I mean, I'd rather do 80s on the 16 weeklies. The 79s are even pretty cheap. 78, 70, 77, 50s are under $1. They're trading at $1. I mean, play smart, play safe. You can flip that for like 20% if you want, as well as trade the weeklies and just build that position off of that. I like to use weeklies. Like, I'll have a long-term position to where I'm sized, let's say like 10 grand, 5 grand, or even if a small account and I have 2 grand in a small account, I'll be sized 1 grand in a smaller, in a long term. And then short term weeklies, I'll be trading with like $200 to $300 and building that up to try to double my account and then start adding to that long term too. So I'm trying to, my ultimate goal is to collect on both sides. I just got to stop thinking about, as you guys should as well, stop thinking that you have to trade every single day. Some days I actually don't even want to trade, but I like to watch the market. I like to look at new setups. And I like to look at setups that fall into place after we're done with one core trade that it's ready to get into for the next trade. So sometimes I'll get out of a core trade, literally 50% of position just to start a new core trade because that other setup is already ready. So 9 out of 10, just because I'm out of the position doesn't mean you don't have to, you don't have to necessarily hold because I'm holding. You don't necessarily have to exit because I'm exiting. So remember that. But don't get greedy. Don't hold on to the position in hopes that it's going to keep continuing going higher because anything that can go up, it can also go down. So keep that in mind. I went over the basics. SPY, I mean, you guys know that's my baby. I trade SPY. I love SPY. Everything's there. Like, there's nothing, I don't overcomplicate anything that I see. It's been clean. It's been a clean trade. Setup has been great. Nice box on the daily. This reversal right here was sexy. Last week, nobody saw that. See, there's a difference between when you're calling a crash or you're calling this correction. Corrections don't happen sideways. They happen straight down, as you can see here. Okay? You're going to have a correction. Like this guy was saying, an orderly correction. This was an orderly correction, actually. This actually was an orderly sell. Like, nobody can say different. But these here, this is another one. Let's move this over. Let's close this out. All right. Similar to over here. These are not orderly corrections. See this? People got bearish. Then the prices did what it wanted to do. Got up here and it broke out. Now we came back here. And then what happened? Retested this breakout. 325, 338. Now my target is 340s, hence why I took the 340s for 10.9. I mean, look at this. This is just a daily. We're getting these nice ranges, and we're getting a 4-point gap up on SPY already, so that's beautiful. We're about, 7 points off from 340. So this gap up, we're definitely taking our profits on our calls. I'll take about 50 to 75% off because it's a Monday. We get a chance to get back into them again. And we'll get a chance to pay same-day expiries as well. So remember that. There's always, and stop. Please stop trading everything. Lottos are just meant for people like me that we are bored. We're bored. I mean, we got our market action for the week, but we just like we like more. We like fun. We like to just trade things, make a little extra side money if we can. That's the whole point of Lottos. That's not actually the whole point of Lottos. The actually main point of Lottos is to test the move before it actually happens. If that lotto plays out, then the bigger picture, the bigger move is there. This is why ED came about, XLU came about, CHTR came about, BKNG came about. Like every single core play that hit and every lotto that hit had a follow through after. So just keep that in mind. This is a brief, thanks a lot of you guys here this morning. I love y'all all. Just these levels are intact. Since we have this fairly new, somewhat short-term bottom, we can say whatever. I'm gonna say we have a short-term bottom and a short-term top, as opposed to just saying one thing, you know. So now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna just do a retracement from all-time highs to current lows going into the end of the year. And then anything over 330, 335, we're gonna get a bounce. So we're gonna retrace. So I'm actually gonna probably take off at least 90% of the position of SPY. And then I'm going to short to 330, same day today. Probably 331s. I don't want to do 330 exactly. 331, which is about 65 cents above the 330, 335 target to fill gap just in case that happens. But my thoughts is they're going to use the 14 SMA as a support, possible gap above that. That's currently trading at 332.64. Bid and ask is 333.28. Basically a dollar above that. Actually, is it a dollar above that? Nope, not a dollar above that. About 60 cents, 60 to 70 cents above that. So that's good. I got to add my I definitely got to add my other, what you call it, 14. I don't know. It's a 14. I got to add a 32 as well. I don't know. That's there. But you guys get it? Let's focus. Let's do this. Let me add that. We got